I'd say first and foremost, the understanding that I am not my ideas was an incredible perspective to approach ego, because it helped me separate myself from the thoughts that I have. Recognizing that I am not my thoughts, I am not my ideas, I am not, those are in and of itself, ideas and thoughts are experiences that we don't have to act upon, or we don't have to let define us. And so we can have them. It's great to have thoughts and ideas.
Means
But
you're
we can,
alive.
right? Exactly. Exactly. So, but if we can utilize them to understand, well, okay, if I have this thought or idea, just because it's maybe something I don't align with, it doesn't mean that that's who I am. Or maybe it is something I align with, and it's like, well, hey, I do want to experience that. So we actually kind of manifest that into our physical experience. So I'd say first and foremost, that perspective of stepping away, I think that was like one step removed. Like, I'm not my actions, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my ideas. I'm one step removed, where those create an experience for me to understand who I am. And then I think the next step was understanding that maybe ego isn't even just one tool. Maybe it's the entire toolbox. And the experiences I have are the different tools within that toolbox to help me understand, well, hey, I need a toolbox if I want to actually construct something important in my life. It's great. It's great to be able to do that. And having a toolbox has many different facets in it, so that you can pick and choose whatever allows you to actually create what you need to. Then it's kind of something that is a part of me. But again, a toolbox doesn't define how you create, a house or something like that, right? It's still me, And I'm using this very loosely because I barely know how to use any kind of construction tools. So this is just straight up for analogy. So go easy on me here for any of my lack of using tools. But yeah, because we so quickly, what's that saying about, if we're a hammer, everything we see is a nail, right? And that's, to me, is part of the reason why we misinterpret what ego means.
Yeah.
And so, and one step within that is that, hey, a hammer doesn't have to be a weapon. It also can be a tool, right? That's what we talked about earlier.
Right.
But the next step is that, well, hammer's just one of the tools in there. And there's so many aspects that are within a toolbox. And when we have the conscious awareness of what to use, if I want to do something and construct a house, it's not like the only tool I'm going to use is a hammer. I'm not going to get very far, which is exactly why I don't build houses physically. But in the analogy, one could say, okay, well, depending on what I need to do and what I need to construct and what needs to be built, then I can consciously choose what tool to help me get there.
Yes.
That, to me, is understanding a balance of ego, because you're utilizing this tool and you're creating something, an experience that you desire.
Yes. So like ego, again, a hammer. Our soul is such an important tool, right? Our consciousness that flows through all of it. There are so many different layers to what makes each of us us.
Mm-hmm.
And we get so wrapped up in one tool. And yeah, suddenly everything is a nail. And our ego becomes our identity, and our only identity. And again, we go back to, that's where having an alignment or a balance or just an awareness of, okay, it's fine. This is where I am right now. Where do I want to be? And it's different for all of us. Like a healthy sense of self, or an aligned ego, or however you want to term it, doesn't matter. It's just making certain that your ego, that tool, is a tool that is fit for you.